What up, what do? My name is Michael Dua, aka Black Rambo, and today I have a very special video for you guys. I am going to be reviewing and breaking down the final chapter of Attack on Titan. So if you're a fan of Attack on Titan, you're gonna mess with this. You're gonna rock with this video. If you're an anime only person, what the fuck are you doing here? Psych, nah, I appreciate the support. You don't have to, you can just mute the video, play in the background. Nah, I appreciate the view. But anyways, like, if you haven't read the final chapter, I'm just gonna say spoiler alert right now. Obviously, I'm gonna be going in depth on everything that's happened. So, my initial impressions, the chapter starts off from Aaron's point of view. You have a young Aaron and Armin, and they're talking about like why Aaron decided he wanted to idolize Hitler and eradicate a good portion of the world. My boy pulled a fucking Thanos and said, boom, pow, hold that, snap, crackle, pop, and there goes fucking humanity. So, okay, so Aaron goes on to admit he killed a staggering and astounding and astonishing 80% of humanity. I know you people probably hate math because you're not good at it, but here's a quick lesson, a quick rundown. There's roughly 8 billion people in the world. Don't ask me how I know that. I pulled that off of Google, and Google's always correct because I am a firm and blind follower of Google, like majority of people in the digital age are. So Google says there are 8 billion people in the world. And for those of you who don't have the insane IQ and intellect I have, I'll give you a moment to pull out your calculators. Go ahead, I'll wait. All you have to do is times 8 billion by 0.8. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for this one? That's 6,400,000,000 niggas. Pretty much, he killed a lot of niggas. That's a lot of people he put in the dirt, bro. So one of the things I thought was kind of whack in the final chapter of Attack on Titan, Ymir, you know the little girl that started all this. I thought to myself, how is a little girl who's supposed to be fucking OP, supposed to be this giant badass, can just instantly clap people? How is she listening to this old fat guy, and why is she at his beck and call? When can't she just easily clap this dude if she has like these OP founding Titan powers? So why she just blatantly and blindly listen to this guy? Well, it was revealed in the final chapter that Ymir fell in love with the king. She fell in love with her abuser, the same dude that beat her, cut her tongue out, forced her into pregnancy, and finally fed her to the kids he made her have. Jesus Christ. It's a case of like Stockholm syndrome. So pretty much she was just in love with her abuser. So that's why she just blatantly listened to this guy. Okay, so here's some context. Ymir waited 2,000 plus years in this other dimension by herself, just wandering around and waiting for the king to come back. And I think she grew this connection with Aaron because Aaron represented freedom. Since a kid, he's talked about life beyond the walls and being free. So I think Ymir saw what she lacked in Aaron. And this is the part I don't exactly understand, because it was supposedly Mikasa who freed Ymir from her quote unquote prison of love. But the part that's really trash, the part that's really ass, bro, they don't even tell a nigga why Ymir chose Mikasa or how Mikasa exactly frees Ymir. And you never find out, because obviously this is the last chapter, so this leads me to another theory. Was it destined for Mikasa to just kill Aaron, the one she loved, and literally sever her ties to him? And this kind of symbolizes Ymir severing her ties, being a victim of the king and waiting for him to just come around again after 2,000 plus years. I don't know why the fuck she thought he was still alive, but it kind of makes sense. And also, it was supposed to be an Ackerman to have killed the original king, so I guess it kind of makes sense for Mikasa to be the one to kill Aaron and kind of end the story. So to give my boy Aaron some credit here, I guess he wasn't really a bad guy, quote unquote. He was a villain, but he wasn't a bad guy. He wasn't an asshole, if that makes sense. He goes on to say he didn't want to do any of this. He was a victim of fate. It's the concept of locus of control. Aaron claims that he was just following the path given to him, and there were no detours for him to take. All he could do is follow that one path, which, to be honest, I can't completely blame him for thinking like this, because we know and it's been confirmed that Ymir has the power to control Titans and the way they think, right? And Aaron himself is about to tell Armin that Ymir was the one that sent Titan Dina. I don't know if you guys remember this from like season 1, the very first episode. Aaron's mom, the Titan that kills his mom or eats his mom, was Dina Fritz, the King Fritz's wife. Anyways, Aaron tells Armin that Ymir was the one that sent Titan Dina to Aaron's house to eat his mom and essentially start all this. So it's fair to believe everything that's happened was predetermined by Ymir, right? So if all this was necessary to get to this end result, if all this had to have happened to get to this final chapter, I have a question. Does that mean that every Titan was influenced by Ymir? If Ymir was able to control every Titan and she's pretty much writing fate as she goes, so was everything every Titan's done pretty much been influenced by Ymir? If Ymir was out here playing chess while every other nigga was out here playing checkers, was she really controlling every single Titan and everything they did? Or is it only when she wanted something to happen she took over? But who's really to say? Because I mean there were some times where I thought, Titans were just being stupid, right? But was that Ymir's intent? Was her intent to just have this Titan be a dumb dude who just roams around eating people? And there were some Titans who were incredibly smart. So were those Titans just at the time being controlled by Ymir and they seemed to be smart? That's my question. And I'll never get the answer to that because it's the last chapter. So the next part was kind of cringe. It was the bro moment between Armin and Aaron, where Armin was like, "So, Mikasa, wink wink, would you tap that?" And Aaron was like, "Yes sir, I'd hit out the park respectfully, but I'm finna die. And I don't want to die. I don't want her to forget about me, but I want her to go on living thinking about me." And it was just, I felt like I was watching a rom-com. It kind of felt out of place. It was kind of just like out of nowhere. Like the moment was so serious, and then all of a sudden, Aaron starts breaking down, crying about how he loves Mikasa. And honestly, if this was gonna happen, I feel like it should have happened a while ago. I feel like this is definitely past due. I feel like it's kind of too late for Aaron to be crying about some other dude potentially clapping his girl's cheeks. I feel like if this is gonna happen, it should have happened like season 3. It should have happened like season 3. There were a lot of chances for Aaron to tell Mikasa that he liked old girl, right? So then he goes on to say how he doesn't want to die and he wants to go on living with Mikasa and his friends. But I mean, fam, you killed majority of the world. Like, we gotta get you up off these streets, fam. The electric chair, I'm sorry. You killed 80% of the world. I don't know to tell you. Now, one of the parts that really got me during this chapter, they show you Aaron when he was born, and it was like a family moment with the Grishas, right? With the line "You are free," but in reality, my third eye is open right now. In reality, was Aaron really ever free? He was supposed to be the poster boy, the social freedom fighter for freedom, right? But Aaron was a slave to destiny. Practically the entire show, he was never really given the choice of free will. I mean, As a little kid, he was given the Attack Titan by his dad, right? Because his dad was going to die. He was on the verge of, he was on the back end of his time period to be a Titan. He was going to die. So he had to pass down the Titan to somebody else who he could rely on to finish on his work. So obviously that was his son, Aaron. So as a little kid, he was given the expectations of his father to continue his work. And then after he gets the Attack Titan, Ymir out here playing fucking puppeteer, pretty much controlling everything that happens in my man's life. It kind of reminded me of like when Sozin from Bleach told Ichigo that everything in his life was planned out by him. It was like, bro, what? You can't even give my nigga a moment of freedom. You can't let him make at least one single decision. So was the breakfast that nigga ate this morning, was that Ymir's choosing too? I genuinely want to know how much of his life was controlled by Ymir. So fast forward, Aaron's time with Armin is almost up, and he tells Armin he'll remember all of this conversation later, probably forcing his death. And this actually brings me back to the one panel where Mikasa was having headaches and Aaron was trying to convince her that was her Ackerman genes, quote unquote, trying to force her to obey orders or some shit, or whatever he was talking about during that panel. How Ackermans have like this chip in their brains, just always say yes and they can't say no to commands or whatever. But in reality, was that Mikasa trying to remember this moment that the founder Titan wiped from her brain? Was those headaches? Were those headaches Mikasa trying to remember this conversation she had with Aaron? Even though they don't show the conversation Aaron has with everybody else and Mikasa, but obviously it happened. So were those headaches Mikasa trying to remember the conversation she had with Aaron? Would be my other question. Now here's a panel of Armin thanking Aaron for causing global genocide. Yeah, that's kind of cool, you know. Just thank the guy for, you know, being a mass murderer and, you know, just killing majority of the world. Yeah, that's cool. That's fine. And then Aaron telling Armin he will be the one to save humanity. He'll be the hero in the end of the story. Probably this foreshadows Armin taking credit for killing the Attack Titan and saving the world. Now we're in the present and everyone is realizing these flashbacks of Aaron talking to them, and I think that's actually pretty dope that he spoke to everyone and it wasn't just Armin and Mikasa. It was all of his friends, and he let everyone know how and why things went down like this, and he kind of gave a goodbye farewell to everybody. I thought that was kind of cool. I like this moment in the chapter. Now here's Levi talking to them spirits. This was pretty dope when they all presented their hearts. I fucking love that. They almost caught your boy lacking. I almost shed a tear. Just almost. And then they showed Sasha, bro. Oh my god, they got a nigga. I was in my feelings, bro. I was in my bag. Q Marvin's room. Where is the ice cream? I need a tissue and a blanket. I was sad, bro. When they showed Sasha and she was like kind of like fading away in the wind, like a fart, just it was just vanishing into the air and stuff. And then Connie and Jean were like in tears, bro. I was in tears with them, bro. I was sad, bro. It was honestly this was probably the saddest moment of the chapter for me when they showed Sasha. That was my homie. I love Sasha. And then there was Falco getting with Gabby, and I mean, yeah, spoiler alert, Gabby made it to the end of the show. I'm not mad at it, really. I mean, since the moment they introduced Gabby to the moment she teamed up with the squad, I wanted this little girl's head on a stake. I'm not gonna lie. And I know a majority of people did too. I know pretty much nobody fucked with Gabby. Gabby was trash, bro. When after Gabby shot and killed Sasha, bro, I never hated somebody so badly, bro. And then Jean and Connie started piecing her up. bro. I was clapping my fucking hands off. I haven't clapped that hard since Obama was elected. I was cheering these niggas on when Gabby was getting the shit beat after. Oh my god, I need the revenge. I need the revenge. You saw how she did Sasha? I hated Gabby. But I mean, I guess now she's cool. I'm not mad at her living to the end. I'm not mad at Falco and her, I guess, getting together or whatever. I mean, I kind of saw that one coming because Falco was a simp. But I mean, man, this part was kind of okay. Yeah. Then there's a sweet moment for Reiner and his mom. This is probably another one of my favorite scenes. I'm not gonna lie. Reiner was also a fan favorite of mine. So seeing Reiner being able to live to the end, even though like the majority of the show, right, he thought he was gonna die and he envisioned himself dying and not making it to the end. It was kind of a happy feeling to just see him survive and being able to embrace his mom. And then Mikasa goes off to make out with Aaron's dead skull again because she's freaky like that. And after everyone's had their good touchy-feely moment, you have these Marleyan goons. The goons still try to kill my niggas. Like they didn't just save your ungrateful hoe asses. So much hate, bro. So here comes Armin and his destined badass moment. Here it comes where he's like, yo, this be me, Armin Arlert. I killed the Attack Titan Eren Yeager. And let me tell you, you don't want this smoke. You don't want these problems. Don't let me put paws on you. You don't want this fade, playboy. Yes, sir. Armin was the GOAT right there. He finally gets his big dick moment that Eren wanted him to have. And I couldn't be any more happy for my boy. Now, fast forward, what is any good anime without a time skip, right? Here I'm assuming, is about at least 2 to 3 years, I'm assuming, in the future. I'm gonna breeze through this part because I didn't really care for it. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck. So, Historia finally has a kid with this no-name farmer. The Jaeger faction still out here being weirdos and Eren fanboys. Now to the real meat and potatoes. Look at my girl Peak. Look at my girl Peak. And then there's, Connie and Eugene in the back, and then Reiner and the homie Armin. And the biggest surprise was freaking Andy, because what the hell happened to you? You look like you haven't slept in days. Like, she doesn't leave her bed. Like, how you walk into the room and instantly drain all the life out of it? Like, what the hell happened? Can you let out a smile? You survived. You won. You made it to the end. What the hell's your problem? And then there's Levi, crippled with the iconic anime scar on his face. And every shonen anime has to have a nigga with a giant scar on their face. Like it's a staple in anime. It's impossible to not see a giant scar on a nigga's face in a shonen anime. I don't know why, but they love the scars on faces. So there it is, Levi with a stapled scar on his face. Now we're drawing near the end. We have Mikasa sitting next to Eren's tomb, remembering the good old days, still obsessing over Eren. Well, I like this because, to be real with you, I like that she is still really close to him. And then here comes this bird who I feel like is safe to assume is Eren, coming to wrap Mikasa in her scarf one last time. I mean, who the fuck else would this bird be? Why would this bird be bothering my girl Mikasa? Why would they include this in the last panel if it wasn't supposed to be significant, right? So it's safe to assume that this bird is Eren. So this is another one of my favorite scenes because Eren appears to be this white dove, right? And for any of you who have studied religion or religious studies or just, Western culture, I guess. Is that Western culture? I don't know. I'm gonna retract that last part. Anyways, doves symbolize peace, prosperity, and freedom, right? And I thought it was deep, like third eye deep, right? How Eren is supposed to be this white dove, and only in death was Eren ever truly free in this world. Do you hear me? I'm gonna say it one more time. Only in death was Eren ever truly free in this world. Bar. That's fucking fire. Heat. My God. and see, honestly, I'm gonna quote that. That's quote of 2021. Honestly, I'm gonna staple it. That's the Rambo stamp on it. That is my quote. Anyways, I'm gonna copyright that. Anyways, so final impressions of Attack on Titan's final chapter. Well, to be honest with you, I felt like it was pretty mid. And bear with me. Honestly, I mean, it had like a bunch of panels that I thought were nice, and it had all these touchy, good feeling moments. But the last chapter, it made me feel like it didn't feel like a proper ending, if that makes sense. Like it made me feel like there was going to be more, like there was going to be another chapter next week, but obviously that's not true because the manga's over. So this is it. This is all it is. So it kind of made me feel like there was going to be more. Like I felt like there wasn't. I felt like it wasn't closure. I didn't get that closure from reading this last panel. Like, it didn't make me feel like, damn, that's it. Like this is how it ends. No, like I felt like, all right, so I guess they're gonna drop the ending next week. But obviously that's not true because this is the last chapter. I mean, it wasn't. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was just, I don't know. I didn't get that satisfaction feeling from this last chapter. So I mean, the last chapter. I mean, I didn't hate it, but I didn't really like it. But I mean, the manga overall was that gas. The manga overall was amazing. It's a great read. It's also a great anime. So, I mean, I guess. I just feel like the ending could have been better. That's it. That's all. I feel like the ending could have been better. I definitely feel like it could have been better. But, I mean, it is what it is. That's my Attack on Titan final chapter breakdown. Boys, if you like Attack on Titan and you also have your own thoughts and theories, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like while you're at it. You might as well, subscribe. Why not also subscribe? You can also see me talk about anime again. That's cool, right? That's awesome. Seeing me talk about anime. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.